Right now at 5:30, two bills that could overturn the will of California voters are making their way through Congress. At issue, California's Proposition 12, which mandates minimum cage sizes for animals raised for meat. California voters passed the proposition in 2018 by a margin of 2-1. It said pork sold in California must come from pigs that, when they're alive, had at least enough space to turn around. Ann Makovic spoke with some pig farmers here and across the country about the uncertainty in the market.
On a quiet day in Windsor, the sows and boars on this little farm soak in the sunshine and the mud.
I figure, these animals are giving us so much, might as well give them as good a life as they can.
Jeffrey Kent has been raising pigs for as long as he can remember. And for the 100 or so now on his farm, it's a life of free range.
It creates a much more natural life and creates a much happier pig, which in the end creates a much better product.
When California voters passed Prop 12 in 2018, it reaffirmed what he already knew.
Oh, yeah.
A recent survey from the nonprofit World Animal Protection found that 80% of consumers felt concerned when they learned about the treatment of factory-farmed pigs.
They can't move. They can't be a real animal.
An estimated 2/3 of factory farms house sows like this. No mud, no movement, just metal crates where they're artificially inseminated and standing over their own waste. This is video from animal rights group Animal Equality of conditions in a factory farm in Kansas. Under Prop 12, meat from these conditions is banned in California, but now new federal bills could wipe that away, allowing meat from crated animals to be sold here again as long as they're raised elsewhere. Lawmakers that represent the highest pig-producing states are pushing for the law, like Roger Marshall, who sent us a statement saying Midwest farmers and ranchers who produce our nation's food supply should not be hamstrung by coastal activist agendas that dictate production standards from hundreds of miles away. But some pig farmers like Brent Hershey in Pennsylvania already changed his operations to comply with California's rules.
As that all evolved, I started to see that we can't defend this.
Now he's left wondering where his business stands.
Because we've changed and spent capital to satisfy those markets. And we would say that's very disruptive then, as you've done that, to then eliminate it or rip it out.
Back in California, Kent always went beyond what the law required anyway.
To be honest, I don't think I actually compete with them at all because the customers that I have aren't interested in buying that kind of meat.
Jeffrey says when you get to spend some time with these pigs, you see that they all have different personalities and are really quite smart.
And on the day of our visit, a surprise in the back of the field, a new litter born the day before.
You can hear the snorting back and forth. It's pretty great to see the community and the mothering instincts that they have.
These babies, too, will eventually end up slaughtered when Jeffrey deems the time is right. But during their time growing up here, they're guaranteed the simple things in life: water, mud, and a little room to roam.
Well, we reached out to the National Pork Producers Council, the American Farm Bureau, and the Iowa Pork Producers Association, all of whom have opposed Proposition 12. They all support the newly proposed laws, but no one wanted to go on camera to discuss it. And we got a statement from California Senator Adam Schiff, who strongly supports Proposition 12 and said any attempt to overturn it will face strong opposition. Congress should continue to respect the decision of California voters as it would the voters in any other state, and I will push back on any efforts to undermine their voices.